let's look at Aaron D. That is the teenage LGBT girl that Christopher J. Patrick groomed. She's the one who sent nudes to him. Christopher had those nudes, still has it. Blurred it with MS Paint or Paint 3D or whatever online function to blur out the naked girl's body. But of course, people already found out about it, and yeah, Christopher has been exposed for it. And especially those who expose them, like Zizri or Ryan or Zach. Christopher is trying to cyberbully those people, although he technically lost to Zizri, so he's gunning at Ryan. Not much towards Zach, but because he can't fight against Zach because Zach's much more superior, and he has some pretty good shots against him. So, and what we mean by that is Aaron D. She decided to actually defend Christopher and oh, looks like she's an amateur singer. Oh, she just posted the exact same thing. Christopher posted. Christopher's the supporters and defenders, and also especially Alex as well, the guy who was cyberbullying me. But why is Aaron D? Why is she doing that? You may ask. I did some digging and with Epipress Cambuno, and we came up with and we found out this. So we're going to read off this a website, WebMD. They have really reliable stuff out there. So they have like any medical, psychological, or like infectious diseases of any. They have coverage of quite a lot of reliable stuff. It's actually doctor and peer reviewed, so this is actually legit stuff, and this is not like Wikipedia where the people could literally change it to their liking. So apparently, Aaron D. She has what is called Stockholm Syndrome, and that Stockholm Syndrome really is one of those syndromes where the victim feels sympathy towards their captor or the person who groomed them, abuser. Now, let's look at what's Stockholm Syndrome. So, I'm going to do pretty much of a walkthrough. So, Stockholm Syndrome isn't like a psychological diagnosis, so you would learn about that kind of stuff in psychology class. So it's a way of understanding the emotional response some people have toward the captor or abuser, and the slowly have feelings of sympathy or positive feelings toward the person who their captor or abuser, groomer. Though this could happen on any period. Days, weeks, months, years. And since it was a long time ago, of course, it would grow. And since it was like a long time ago, but now Aaron D is full support of her groomer. So a bond can happen, which Unfortunately, these people have confusing feelings toward their abuser, which includes love, sympathy, empathy, desire to protect them, which is pretty much, much what Aaron D. she is doing. Also, the hostage to have negative feelings toward the police or anyone who tried to attempt the rescue, anyone who tries to expose the abuser or groomer, which kind of explains why Aaron D may have pissed off several off people, and probably she's getting exposed for this. So the person who originally named it was Niels Bejerot over in Stockholm, Sweden. So, so it's basically technically named after the place he grew up in. So, a criminologist. And he uses a term to explain the unexpected reaction of hostages of a bank raid towards their captor. Sometimes they can held against their will in a life-threatening situation. They even helped pay for a lawyer after they were caught. Although it's not technically not theoretically explained why, but and this is also a coping method which seems to be pretty common. So abuse can be one of them. Severely threatened. Definitely, Christopher would. Yeah, he is definitely acting like very threatening as he is. And of course, Christopher, he is. Of course, he's one of those people who is two-faced. Though, of course, to people who he sides with, he is friendly with. Of course, he'll act like one way, but the people he hates, he'll act another way. You know how two-faced people are. And most likely Aaron D. She is well, technically she is a victim and not the guilty one, but unfortunately she also turned out bad as she is defending not just a pedophile, but a robber and a sexual abuser. So apparently it can also happen in a different setting. So child abuse is one of them, okay? Which maybe show as love and affection, but sports. And just looking at the if impact and effects. embarrassment about their emotions towards an abuser, confusion, guilt, difficulty trusting others, post-traumatic stress disorder. So there's also another part: nightmares, insomnia, flashbacks, startling easily, and also they will also have denial, social withdrawal, chronic feelings of tension, feelings of emptiness, feelings of hopelessness, depression, anxiety, learned helplessness, excessive uh, dependence, loss of interest in activities. And these kind of people who have been affected that way need to see a therapist. And of course, although this kind of a stuff that really does scar people, and yet Erin Lee does not realize that she is realize she is making bad choices in her life, and she should be seeking therapy. And therapy groups, sometimes people may be going through the same thing as her, so she could just talk to them. And sometimes this guy, it, and the benefits of that, as I do know that if you do talk and discuss with people and therapy groups, people, of course, they might be going through the same thing. That could have worked. Sometimes they could go under a psychotherapy, and that could be sort of a long term. And of course, people who go through a whole bunch of like long, like something traumatic happened in their life and they can't get over, that can be like long term, and they could like take some time period sessions, and that could help. Of course, it won't really make a difference in life, like permanently, but they can help get over it. And these kind of like sessions, they're not just for like children, but also they are also for like people from all ages. Maybe you're a sex trafficking victim. Maybe you're someone in your life died, car accident, just about anything. Those actually did work, but fortunately, Aaron D does not have the logical mind to do that, and unfortunately, Christopher and J. Patrick is grooming her. And just about anyone who grooms people, you're a bad person. And wherever Aaron D lives, of course, there's going to be therapists and therapy groups and psychotherapy groups as well. She should be utilizing that instead of continuing to support a heartless, toxic groomer who is Christopher J. Patrick. Because she's also already just looking at some of these conditions, yeah, she is really suffering from many of these, as we can really tell if you have been in psychology class, as I have been, and still am. And of course, denial. We have a whole bunch of more stuff, and yeah, Erin D, she won't admit it because, of course, people with syndromes and health problems, they will have to suffer like through like one of these, and they won't really understand. But if you really analyze it, yes. So that's what we know about Aaron D and what Christopher J. Patrick has done to her. And now we have reliable information, especially this credible website right here. And no, this is not like Wikipedia, so, I got my evidence right here. So that's Stockholm Syndrome for you.